Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to talk about colors. So, right off the bat, there's a couple cool things you need to know about the color picker in Procreate. You can use one finger, tap and hold, and it brings up the color picker. From here, you can move it across and have it select whatever color you want. It creates a little bit of a magnifying glass so that you can kind of twist your finger around and fine tune which color you're trying to select. From here, we have pink. That means when we use our brush, it's going to select that exact color. Likewise, if we come down here and select green, it'll show you that you had pink previously selected and now green. That's helpful for if you're trying to get a bit maybe darker color or a bit lighter color, you can compare the bottom color with the top color. Pretty cool feature, and it helps a lot to get your color picker right. By default, this little button right here will also select your color picker, but as we'll discuss in a later lesson, I've customized this button to have some other options that make my life a little bit easier when creating art in Procreate. But by default, that should also open up your color picker. Once you have your color selected, you can see what you have right up here. This will always indicate the current selected color. When you press on it, you'll probably be brought to either the disk screen or the classic screen. Here is where you can drag the color around and choose whatever you want right here from the color window. Down here in the bottom, it'll show the history of colors that you have previously selected and a color palette of your choice. By default, you can press palettes here, and you're going to be presented with some color palettes that come standard with Procreate. Here you can see I have an absolute ton of color palettes, most of which come from my palette vault, which is included in my Creator XL bundle. If you subscribe to VisualTimmy Pro, you will get all of these color palettes right out of the gate. That way you don't have to mess around with it too much. You'll have a ton of color palettes to experiment with. But if you're more of a do-it-yourselfer, you can come over here and press the plus sign. This will give you an option to create a new palette from your camera, which allows you to hold up your iPad, move your screen around, and then choose a palette based on the things in the real world. You can choose a new color palette from a file or from photos. If you choose from photos, you can select any photo and it'll create a color palette based on that photo. The only slight issue with this is you're not picking the colors by hand intentionally. So you might not get the most saturated pink or the most deepest blue that might be in the picture because it's going to average out some of the colors and pick what it thinks is the best for the palette. So that's a fast and dirty way to create a palette, but if you want to be more intentional, go ahead and press Create Palette with the plus sign, Create New Palette, and here use your color picker to select the colors and simply tap them right in. So let's select our blue, let's select our very saturated pink, and let's select our kind of greenish color and our dark foreground color. Here we've created a simple palette from the image that we have. Press on Untitled and you could rename this to Candy Mountain. Not like the Charlie Candy Mountain, but Candy Mountain. There, now you have the palette saved. Once you select a color from a palette, it's going to automatically set that as your desired palette here. Now when you're switching between disk or classic, it's going to keep those colors handy for you. And if handy is something that you like, you see this little tiny bar right here at the top. You can actually grab this, it's a handle, and you can pull it off. Here you have a detached color window where you can easily paint around, switch your color without having to constantly reopen your color menu. The same thing goes with the palettes. You can have a palette here handy for you as you're painting and switch between the standard colors that you have set in that palette. This is a really good way to improve your workflow and stop you from constantly switching arms, opening up your colors, and going back and forth. You can also move this around anywhere that's the most useful to you. Typically, since out of reflex, I always reach towards the color picker up here, I normally just leave this detached here. It just saves me an extra step from having to open up the color window. If you want to reset your palette window, just press X and it'll pop it back into the main menu. Down here, if you choose value, you can actually type in the hex code for the color. This is really nice. You can also use an RGB setting or an HSB setting, depending on what you know best for your colors. Another rad feature is the harmony feature. Here you can choose a color and automatically it will create a harmonic palette from that color. Here you can change what type of color harmony that it's going to base your colors off of. Here, if we choose analogous, it'll choose 3 colors that are close to each other on the color wheel. If we choose complementary, then it's going to choose the color exact opposite on the color wheel. This is something that if you explore, you'll learn a lot about colors, and it's interactive as well. So as you move the color around, it's going to go ahead and update that in real time to the color that matches depending on the color harmony you've chosen. From here, you can tap on that color, tap in your color palette, tap on the next one, and use those colors to fill in a color palette. Very cool feature, should not be overlooked. If you're ever having trouble with your colors and you know, hey, I really want this blue, but what's going to work good with it? Here you can explore these different color harmonies and find out something that works good for your project. Last but not least is going to be the secondary color option. Here you can see there's actually a second color option. By pressing this, it's going to open up a second color window. From here, you choose whatever color you'd like, and it's going to remember both colors. The first one will always be your primary color, and the second one will be your secondary color. Some brushes will take into account your secondary color. For example, if you have a color brush that's changing colors, instead of maybe changing color based on pressure randomly, you can set the brush to change the color based on the secondary color. So that's something that we might explore later. Definitely it's something that's explored in the custom brushes course for Visual Tribe Pro members. So if you want to learn more about that, definitely hop over there to that section, and there's tons of videos that talk just about color dynamics and brushes inside Procreate. That wraps up this color section inside the Procreate 101 course, and in the next one we're going to talk about importing and exporting projects from Procreate. See you in the next one.